And here's the recap from the book Dynamite and Davey. Davey continued to wrestle sporadically. He played a minor role as Kurt Angle's tag team partner against Chris Jericho in China on the 21st of February edition of Raw in Atlanta, Georgia, before flying to Tennessee for the following day's SmackDown taping. Bulldog showed up at the Nashville arena in an alarming state. Bruce Pritchard and Jim Ross sat Davey down in a private locker room. Davey drooled and slurred his words as he's denied having a problem, but Bruce had been there himself and could see the signs easily. And Jim still carried the weight of his final conversations with Brian Pillman around with him, in which Pillman had vehemently denied having problems. They had seen and heard it all in their combined decades in the poisoned industry. Speaking on behalf of Vince, Bruce and Jim assured Davey that his job would be there waiting for him when he returned healthy. Okay, Davey accepted. I'll go to rehab back in Canada after this tour is done. And Bruce said, no, you got to go tonight. You got to go right now. They got Davey to the airport and on a flight directly back to Atlanta, where he's taken straight to the Talbot Recovery Center. And he's admitted into a 4-month treatment program for addiction to painkillers, sleeping pills, morphine, and muscle relaxers.
God,
this is quite a circumstance. Do you remember this meeting with you and Bruce, Davey?
Yeah, absolutely. And there was no margin for error for us. We had a plan. You know, Bruce and I, after consulting with Vince, how do you want to handle this? We'll take care of it, but we got to know what you want, Vince. And Vince wanted his potential reoccurring star to be healthy. Right. And so that's why when Davey said, I'll go after this tour's over. Well, no. You're going to separate from your drugs. You're not going to take them with you. They're not going to have them with you. You don't need to get high for another 2 or 3 days, then go to rehab. This is it. You're going tonight or you're not going. And I think, Davey's sense of family responsibilities came abundantly clear. He knew that now I'm back against the wall. I can't negotiate out of this deal. I can't not do it. So, because I was a little skeptical, I'm not so sure that I believed that he was going to say, okay, let's go do it. Because denial is such a huge part of addiction.
Yeah.
And as we have grown to know. So it was a very stern, serious meeting. And, and again, let's don't forget, too, that Davey, because of his sense of humor and his tenure and all that stuff, plus his skills at one point in time, he just couldn't shake it, man. Just couldn't shake it. And you can't, if you have a scenario where you know that a talent is compromised, and that talent inadvertently hurts somebody in a match, the lawsuit on that by the injured individual would be magnified. It would be huge. So you can't take a gamble on it. You can't do it. And you take the bat out of your own hands, so to speak. So I was a little surprised that Davey took the offer and the requirement. And so, but I thought that, well, look, maybe this is going to work. If it does, great. It's not just the fact you get a talent back that you could utilize, because we weren't over in depth with over talent. But the main thing, quite frankly, if you look at it as a human being, maybe you're helping this guy save his life.
Right.
And that was the goal, is to get him healthy. If we got him healthy, then a lot of good things could happen, which we tried to communicate to him.